So I'm just on my way down to Cage Warriors, Newcastle, and I need to give a big shout out to my mate Jake from Fight and Talk, who managed to set this up for me. So thank you, Jake. You're a fucking legend. Aye, a big party. I think folk always ask me like why, how I get jobs and how you get new clients, all this kind of stuff. And a big part of it is building relationships. Like building relationships with people you meet at all these shows and stuff like that. And just being a good person, just making a good impression, like goes such a long way. Because the majority of jobs you get, it's through folk you know. And I do think, as much as that's one of the most important things, I think it's probably second most. And only just behind skill level, which I think is the most important. Because I believe just working on your skills and getting your skill level up is going to be the number one factor of getting jobs, earning more money from their jobs, and things like that. But relationships is definitely a close second, because no matter how good you are, if you're not easy to get on with, or not really a good person, or you just don't even build connections with people, then you're not going to get the work. So they kind of go hand in hand, but it's the same with, you could build all the connections in the world, but if your skill level is capped, then they're not going to recommend you for the work. So I think number one is skill level. So any new photographers, videographers, I believe they should just solely work on getting better, learning, getting better every day, and then whilst doing that, make connections, interact with folk. Like every day online, I'm always interacting with folk. If I like something, I tell the person that I like it and why I like it. I think that's super important, because just because you like a post, well, it doesn't always mean you actually like it. Folk just like posts for different reasons, but most of the time, if I like a post or share something, it's because I just like what I saw. I like the work, I like the person, everything about it. And then I'll message them or write a comment just saying how much I like it. And they wee things matter, they all build up, and it builds relationships with folk. Like I've got so many folk that I don't really know that I've just met through Instagram that I've just built these connections with, that I've got a ton of work through, and I still talk to them every day. And aye, so I just wanted to touch on that. I thought it was a cool subject, because I feel like folk, especially beginners, they're always trying to, I mean, I did the same, you're always trying to find the hacks, the wee things that can propel your career. You're trying to look for, like, a common question is, what camera and lens do you use? And although gear is important, like, I know some folk with old ass cameras, like all vintage lenses, and they do an amazing job. I know some folk that shoot on their phone and do an amazing job. And their skill level is higher, and their ability to form connections and relationships is higher. So therefore they get more work. So although gear is important, depending on what you want to shoot, like for any beginners, I'd solely focus on skills and building connections. I think those two things are going to give you the most bang for your buck. Because once you're and as your skill level rises, the more you're able to charge customers. And the more likely they can argue or bring you down in price, because you know your skill level, you know what you can provide for somebody, and you know how much it's worth. So yeah, I think that's important. So, Jake is a guy I met. I met him at PFL. He managed to get me into PFL, and now he's hired me to work alongside him in the Cage Warriors in Glasgow and now Cage Warriors in Newcastle. I've worked with him on other shows like Rise and Conquer and places like that. So, like, it's mad. Just that one connection is built, has gave me all these different jobs and opportunities. And Jake's obviously a great guy. He helps me a lot. He gives me a lot of stuff and opportunities, which I'm grateful for. So I'm always trying to find a way to repay him and give back. So yeah, that's it's just cool, man. So yeah, beginners, focus on just getting better, working on your skills, like search and learn. Like, I just learned everything off YouTube. Okay, just YouTube stuff, YouTube composition, lighting, YouTube focal lengths, YouTube camera settings. Like, all these things that are going to make you better at the craft. And not even in photography or videography, like pretty much in anything in life. Like you do, if you focus on your skill level. Like I did it with tiling. I was doing tiling, I'm still doing it now for about 17 years. And I just focused on getting better. And then the better paying customers came along and eventually asked for me. And then I could eventually then pick and choose what jobs I wanted, rather than just take whatever's gone. Which is what a lot of us are doing right now, which is I'm still doing it with this right now, but I'm only 3 years in. So I'm still like a baby to this. Like, I've got at least another 5 years before I'll probably start feeling like, alright, I'm getting the hang of this. I kind of know what I'm doing a wee bit. So, yeah. I think my tiling company's helped that. I say I've been doing that a long time, so just knowing how it works and how business works and how building relationships work. When I started this, that's what I thought about. I thought, right, this is going to be, if I'm going to do this, I want to be in it minimum 10 years. I want to get to the 10-year mark and then see where my skills are at, see how I've evolved and how good I can get at it. And as I say, I'm 3 years in. I feel like the first 5 years the first year for me, I was just learning camera settings. Okay, what I mean? And even to this day, I'm only just starting to learn about composition and lighting, and I know a few wee basic things, but there's so much to learn. Like, I always relate it to jiu-jitsu. There's not enough lifetime to learn everything, which I love, because then it's every day is a school day, and that's what I like. So yeah, better get to Cage Warriors. I'm nearly at Newcastle, so let's fucking go. See you tomorrow.